Hi guys, Tom here from the Miniature War Room. Just finished painting up these guys. Thought I'd do a wee quick codex review on them. This is the Dark Vengeance box set, Dark Angels, Bikers Attack Squadron. So right here we have 2 Ravenwing Bikers and 1 Ravenwing Sergeant. They are kitted out with twin-linked bolt guns in the front of the bikes, bolt pistol, chainsword and bolt pistol, twin-linked bolter, and this guy at the end here, twin-linked bolt gun and a plasma gun. Alright, which is pretty sweet. Painted to tabletop standard, guys. I'm just going to run through the codex stuff. So this is Codex Dark Angels 6th edition rules. Now, the points cost for this squad of 3, so 2 Ravenwing Bikers, 1 Ravenwing Sergeant, the cost is 80 points. Okay, standard issue war gear, power armour, bolt pistol, twin-link bolt guns, frag grenades, crack grenades, and teleport homer. Special rules, and they shall know no fear, grim resolve, hit and run, Ravenwing combat squads, and scout. I'll get into these in a wee second. I'll tell you all the options you can have for these guys though. Your squad can include up to another 3 additional Ravenwing Bikers. So if you have 6, that comes in at 27 points per model. Right? Any model can replace the bolt pistol with a chainsword. That's free. Up to 2 Ravenwing Bikers can take one of the following. So it's basically a plasma gun, melter gun, or flamer. If you go for the flamer, it's 5 points. Melter gun, 10 points. Plasma gun, 15 points. I've just kept the guy's standard plasma gun because, to be honest, I just love plasma weapons in my Dark Angels army. They're pretty sweet. Melter weapons are good as well, guys, as you probably know. So, Ravenwing Sergeant can be upgraded to a Ravenwing Veteran Sergeant for an additional 10 points. If you do that, it's going to let you pick items from the melee weapons or the ranged weapons section of the war gear list. He can also take melter bombs as well. Good for taking down bigger targets, and they're 5 points. If you decide that you want to have an attack squadron, then you can include land speeders and additional Ravenwing Bikers. So if you include 1 attack bike, it'll cost 45 points, okay? Now your attack bike comes with its heavy bolter, but if you want you can replace that with a multi-melter. If you did that, it'd be an extra 10 points. So attack bike with a multi-melter, 55 points, guys. They're pretty hard hitting as well. Your attack squadron, you would have 6 Ravenwing Bikers with a sergeant or veteran sergeant, and you could have a single land speeder, which you could have from the Ravenwing support squadron. So your Ravenwing support squadron, I'm going to go through an additional video for that because I've got that sorted as well. Right, so I'll look at the special rules just now. So the first special rule that I'll tell you guys about is, I think I'll run through hit and run. Hit and run's a good one. So basically hit and run, if you get at least 1 model with hit and run and it's locked in close combat, you can choose to leave close combat at the end of your assault phase, or any assault phase actually. If you want to do it, you need to take an initiative test, alright? Now if you fail that test, nothing happens and your models will just remain locked in close combat. If you do pass the test, then you can choose a direction and roll 3d6. Now as long as the distance is rolled in inches, it is sufficient to allow the entire unit to move at least 1 inch away from all other enemy units that they're engaged in close combat with. It means the unit breaks away. So, you know, if you get 3 and your models were lined up in such a way that you wouldn't end up at least 1 inch away from that group, then you wouldn't get away from them. If you do, so you break away from combat, that's fine. You don't take any sweeping advance rolls, okay? Enemy units are no longer locked in combat. Immediately consolidate d6. Alright. A hit and run move can't be slowed down by difficult terrain, but it will treat dangerous terrain normally. So it may not be used to move into contact with enemy units and models either. Instead, it would stop 1 inch away. Okay. Now, if there are units with this rule on both sides who wish to disengage, then you can roll off to determine who goes first, and then alternate disengaging them. If the last of these ends up no longer in combat, it consolidates instead. Alright guys, so if there's one group left, then they just consolidate, alright? They obviously don't run away from nothing. This is probably the most important thing for your bikers. Get in there, do your hits, and then get the hell out of there. That's pretty much what keeps these guys alive. So you've got that. You've also got your scout special rule. So scout special rule, pretty easy. Stick them on the board. Move if you want to get right up the board really quick. Come out your deployment zone. See your deployment zone. Go to the very edge of your deployment zone. These bikes here can then, once the game starts and before after both players have done their deployment and just before the first player's going to take his turn, you can move 12 inches into the board. Alright, that's you scouting. Now, you have to remain at least 12 inches away from any enemy model. Alright, and also you need to remember that if you make a scout move, which is a redeployment, you can't charge in the first turn. Alright. And a unit that does scout, although these guys are only going to do it, can't disembark as part of a scout redeployment. Alright, if both sides have scout units with a scout special rule, then you're going to have to roll off. The winner will decide who redeploys first, and then you'll alternate the redeploying until everyone's done. If a unit with a special rule is deployed inside a dedicated transport, you'd have, I think you've got to confer the scout special rules to transport. Anyway, listen, we'll get into that. Transports with that special rule, but it doesn't lose if a unit without the special rule is embarked upon it. You know, I just actually got the rule book out and started reading that. I'm going to need to look into that. But anyway, nothing to do with these guys, so we can get into that another time. Teleport homers, they're pretty sweet as well. If you have a lot of Terminators, deep striking and stuff like that, then usually you would come onto the board and you would have to scatter, but you'll not have to scatter if you have that on your bikes. Basically, you can come down within 6 inches of your bikes as long as they have the teleport homer on there. Then you can just deploy 6 inches within from the centre of your, basically the kind of middle of your models, from here 6 inches, and then it means the guys don't scatter, so you just need to roll to make sure they come on. That's pretty much it. Aye, that's it guys. I like these. A lot of people try to stay away from them. A lot of people think they're absolute crap. To be honest with you, I don't think they're crap. I think a lot of people don't know how to use them effectively. To be honest, I'm one of those people that doesn't use them effectively. There's things that could be done in my games to use these guys a bit better so they can get up the squad, start causing immediate havoc. So if you've got some, let's see, if you've got a Dark Angels army and you're waiting for some stuff to deep strike in, get these guys right up the board, right? And then just get them locking units in combat. No, I mean lock a unit in combat and just do that. Keep them busy. Basically, you use these guys to draw fire from. They're just a distraction unit for me. But if you have a big squad of them, then using the hit and run tactics can be quite good as well, because you're going straight in and then you're getting your attacks off and then you're just basically buggering off again. They're good for capturing points. Well, not capturing points, but keeping a point busy. So if there's a point on the board that you want to occupy and protect, then you can get these guys up onto the enemy's side of the board. Also pretty good for getting line breaker. So yeah, that's pretty much it guys. There's not a lot of stuff out there that's got the same kind of advantages your bikes have got. If they're used properly, they can be deadly. If they're not used properly, then I think they're a waste of points, to be honest. Anyway guys, leave some comments, let me know if you use bikes in your army. Not just if you're an Angels player, just any armies, man, just get your tactics put up here. I've been looking at a couple of different stuff on the internet, and there's a lot of different tactics that guys are using these for. The best one I've seen is like human shield, you know. So they're actually like putting the bikes in a single formation, like a line formation, and they're moving other units behind it and moving the bikes along with the unit to stop fire for the side. So they're basically using them as expendable units. Obviously, they will only move at 6 inches, but when you've got 6 of these all lined up behind one another, base to base, and you've also got an attack bike, you can imagine the amount of cover that's given. So see if you are straight and then you're swinging right round and you come out for your deployment and swing right round, you can protect the whole unit. So let's say you're the Devastator squad and you didn't have any cover, then get these guys swung right in front of them, because you can ignore your own models because the guys will move, but when being shot at, they'll not be able to get line of sight. So that's pretty good as well. Listen guys, I'm going to leave you with that, but like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. These guys here, quickly painted, tabletop standard, you know, that's how I do things, guys. If you've got any cool pictures, then leave a link below. I'll catch you later. See you later, guys.